Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 4 of my visit to Vintage Retreat in Northampton, and before we go much further, I'd like to highlight that I made a mistake at the end of the last video. So we were looking at a specific shape of decanter, which is kind of like a tall tapering cylinder. And I was looking in some catalogues, and I was saying that they were made between about 1890 and 1912. What I didn't know was that actually I hadn't downloaded all the catalogues. Let me show you. So in the last video, I was showing you this timeline of catalogues that I downloaded. Only there were two missing. One was the 1885 continuation, here we go, and the other one was 1956. So if you go back and look, you can compare. I really did miss it. So I've downloaded these from Victorian Press Glass website, and they have this whole section here where you can download, and if you just click on one of these, it opens the PDF and you can just save it to your hard drive. And I just missed a couple of them, and the 1885 one has this page. So let me stop a second. I'm back again. So I just wanted to do a quick comparison. So this is the 1885 page. And it's got these three decanters that are shaped like the ones that we were looking at. And then what I noticed, so in the 1892 catalogue, which is the one I thought was the earliest one, there's 4 of these decanters. This is the only shape that so the pattern that came in 1892 is the one that they continue up until 1912. So these patterns die out, this one carries on. But anyway, that's what happened. I missed it. So the decanters that we're looking at, potentially from 1885 through to 1912. If you go by these catalogues, whether other manufacturers are making them or not, I don't know. So it was Uncle Mort who corrected me. It's his website, so shout out to Uncle Mort. Please go and visit his website. I don't know if he's got a channel, YouTube channel, but please go and visit his website, download his catalogues, because he's gone through a lot of effort to put them there, and it's a great resource because the quality of what he's done is really good. The images of the catalogues are top quality. So anyway, with that said, we'll get on and start looking at part 4 of what I found. So this one doesn't look Romanian. There's the tail is all one piece with the rest of it, and the mouth is separate, which makes me think it's not made the same way, made by different people. Yep, this is the All Origin website, and it's got the article, a glass fish on top of the TV set. Now, I know I've used this article, but I'm going to use it slightly differently this time, because I'm going to show you the aspects of because previously I've used this to say, oh yeah, this is a Romanian fish, blah, blah, blah. But this time I'm going to show you why that fish may not be a Romanian. Now, I'm not saying it's 100%, but if you look at these fish, none of these mouths have an applied frill around the mouth. It's all one piece, or it's just like the open, it's been blown, and then basically the end of the bottle that they've blown, that is the fish body, it's just been opened up to create the mouth. It's not so easy to tell on this picture, but the tails are added as a separate piece of clear glass. I think some of them are coloured. You can see here there's like a join, a clear joint. I think if I scroll to the bottom of this article, there's some fish. Yeah, you can see this one here, you can see there's a line along here where the tail has been added, and this one too. It's not just been pulled out of the body of the clear because this is cased of the case body. It's always like you can see a join of where they've put a dollop of clear glass on the end of the body of the fish and then pressed it out to make the tail. And that fish wasn't like that. It was all one. So anyway, and that's why I don't think, even though the colorway looks like a Romanian one, there's the look of the fish in general doesn't look right for a Romanian one. It's got a bit of Chinese art glass. I think that's what that is. This is Murano. We've seen these before. The handbag there, that's Chinese. This looks Bohemian. Might not be though, but it looks very Bohemian. And then there's a little tiny Whitefriars jug down here, but I think that's working my interest here is the Carnival glass, because this one looks really nice quality with acorns, but the leaves don't look like so you got acorns but not oak leaves. Yeah, weird. So now I'm regretting not looking at the price tag on that acorn bowl that we all can all plate. So it's called Autumn Acorns. It wasn't in the D-Dotty website, so I thought I'll just do some googling. This popped up and it's in the carnivalglass.com website. There's one here for sale. It's slightly different. Oh, that's interesting. But this one here is $175. They've got some more for sale here. Some of them I think are sold. This one's $445. But then this one's $195 and this one's $60. So there is some variation. So the prices seem to range between $60 and $445. So obviously it's not a common pattern. So it didn't appear in the other website at all. So yeah, interesting. And yeah, it did look, and it's this website does have dates. Well, kind of. It just says early 1900s. Where did it say it? Somewhere buried on here. There, made in the early 1900s. So and it's Fenton. So yeah, so I am learning these things. And even this, it's all down to the color and the shape of the bowl makes a big difference. Obviously the difference between $445 and $60 is quite a big difference. Peacocks and grapes. We're looking at the D-Dotty website, and yeah, this is the peacock and grape pattern here. It has this funny little star in the middle. It was this pattern. It comes in different colors, amber here. So yeah, that's the color it was, I think, unless it was marigold, I don't know. But anyway, this is the pattern. It's made by Fenton, and sadly this book does not have, and this website doesn't have dates, and also the book that I have doesn't have dates. In fact, most of the books don't have dates. I don't know what's going on with pressed glass, this American pressed glass, where there's no dates. More grapes. I've seen this pattern in one of the books. It's got lotus leaves and lotus flowers and dragons, or griffins, or something like that. I think it is. That looks like a better quality one. So we're back with the D-Dotty website. Yeah, I'm not going to cover all the patterns that were there, just the ones that I think were the nicest ones. This is one of them. It's called Dragon Lotus by Fenton. Again, there's no year on here. I popped across to the Carnival glass website, and there is one. I think this is actually the colour we were looking at. Marigold, pumpkin marigold is the colour. And it's $175. Yeah. Although it is still for sale. And again, not very exact with the dates, just saying made in the early 1900s. And again, you can see there's different shapes. Prices vary between $145 to $325. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, so there we are. And this one doesn't look so good. It kind of looks soft. Yeah, not so exciting, that one. More clown nightmares. Yep. Yeah, Murano ones. It's the same stall. They've got them over there. Got more here. What's the fish on for? The price has come off the fish. Put it back down very carefully. Yeah. Don't know. Look at this remaining fish. It's going into space. Look at the size of it. I mean, when you get down to the level, it's got to be like 15 inches tall. This thing is huge. There's no price on it though. But yeah, it's the tallest one I've seen. And look at all these little gonky things. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out as me as exciting. At least not to me anyway. Yeah. Check out these Murano figurines. I don't know if they're broken anywhere, but the prices seem to be lower than the other ones I've seen. So this one's 85. This one's 80. This one's 85. There's a couple up here that are 70. I can't see any breaks on them, so they look like they're a good price. Your cockerel here, I'm pretty certain that's Murano, because the way they always put the mouth kind of, the beak underneath on their cockerels, and they have a stand like that. So I think it is Murano, and also these feathers. A lot of them have this as well. So, but it's broken, so it's £12, which seems reasonable. Romanian basket, but it's very cheap. But sometimes you see something that stands away a little bit, and this does. I don't know who it's by. I had a look underneath, there's no marks or anything. It's got a pontle mark, it's got a bit of wear. It's £30, and it's a good one. I don't know who it's by though. Yeah, but it is, to me that looks, it stands away a bit. So a couple of seahorses, Medina seahorses in the back there. And then I see this one here. Now I've been tricked because it looks just like, look at the face of that one. Look at the face of that one. This one's got a label on it, it's Phoenician. So I'm going to have to remember the pattern is different on the ball. Is it signed? No. So it looks like Phoenicians were copying the Medina ones. I never knew that. Now that I know that there are Phoenician seahorses as well as Medina ones, and the way they're made looks to be the same, the way the head is put together and everything, and the body is put together. So the only thing you've got to go by is the colourway. Now, these ones with these stripes on, almost, I think they're all Medina. Then you've got some odd ones like this one. You can see it here again. And this one. And this one's a bit more like the one we were looking at. No, that says Medina sign. So, yeah, that's terrible, because you're trying to pin down what is the difference between a Phoenician one and a Medina one. See, that one looks different. Doesn't say it's signed. And then I did another search for Phoenician ones. There's not many. Yes. This one doesn't actually say anything, but there's this one which is clearly very different, and this one is striped, but it's very pale looking. And then you've got this entirely frosted one. So in amongst the Medina seahorses, there are obviously these Phoenician ones lurking, where the look and feel of them is the same, but there is some difference in the way, the colorway that's built into the base. Yeah, I'm just going to have to try and keep my eyes open for the label ones and trying to remember these ones that are appearing in the searches. It's going to be difficult. So this is the guy that had some old glasses when I was here last time. Does look like he hasn't quite sold all of them yet. Let me just have another look. £4. That's probably 1840s. It's quite nice as well. What I want to get to is the jug. Or is it a tankard? It's a little tankard. How much is that? 8. So the way the hand was put on tells me that this is probably early Victorian. Doesn't have a lot of wear though, so yeah, that's a little bit. And this is a jelly glass, probably 1830s. It's quite nice, and it's £4. £4. That might come home with me because that is a bit cheap. Let me think on that. So yes, I did buy this glass for £4. You can see it's got these panel cuts that are kind of interlacing like this here, and a knob that's annulated here. See a little bit of the tool markings in here, and it's very difficult to see, but it's got a polished pontle. There's wear on the edge, but it sits right on the edge just there, so you don't actually see it as a ring. But it does have the odd air bubble in it. You can see, right, there's a couple there, one there, one there. Then there's air bubbles, several air bubbles. If you work your way around the top, you can see there's 2 more. There's one there, another one up near the rim. There's a bigger one. Yeah, and it's got a funny bobble in the bottom. But yeah, the sort of like raised stem and panel cutting, it kind of projects the date forward for this a little, to about 1830s or 40s. We'll have a look at some book references now. We're looking at the Museum of London Whitefriars glass book, and yeah, so this is what I mean by about the shape and it being raised up a bit like this. This one's a bit, the picture's a bit AF, but you can see this one's got a little knop in the middle. There's another bit of one there you can see. Yeah, but this bottom of the page is a bit wrecked. But although none of these have the panel cutting that we were looking at, this page just below has this tumbler which has the same panel cutting with this kind of interlocking pattern. So yeah, I think the date we've got on here in the corner, you see, we'll get to it, is, there you go, 1830s onwards. There's pages for the 1850s, so it's definitely between 1830s and 40s. Another Sowerby jug, only this one looks to be slightly different. It's paler blue than the other one I think we were looking at. So is that 5 colours? Yeah, is it not? I'm not sure. My brain's wrecking myself because I've seen so much glass in the last hour. If it's a different colour or not, I don't know. This is the Sowerby 1936 catalogue that I downloaded from the Victorian Press Glass website. And yes, so I think I looked at the reference for this in part 1, and I thought, seeing as this is now part 4, and it's like if you were watching them continuously, it'd be over 2 hours away, and I have this entirely new, beautiful reference to show you with a better date, 1936. Here we are. Here is the jug and the mugs, or tumblers, I should say, that go with it. And yeah, he's got the colours here. I'm not sure what Rosalind is, or if that's like a pinky colour, Rosa, maybe. So we've got Flint, which is always clear, green, amber, blue, and Rosalind. I can't even remember. I've seen a whole bunch of colours at Vintage Retreat. If you wanted to have a little row of different coloured jugs, you could just go down there and snap them all up now. But anyway, 1936 is the date. It's not in the 1931 catalogue, by the way, so somewhere between those two dates it's started out as a pattern. Look at this, it's got Venetian glass written on it. Schneider style. £40. It's quite a cool set. I'll go and have a look at Schneider style and see what comes up. So I have a bit of a dilemma here. So it didn't actually say Schneider, it said Schneider. So I typed in Schneider glass, nothing was found. It was trying to lead me to Schneider. There's no Schneider Murano glass because it was saying Venice. It's French. I can see a little bit of what he was talking about in a few of the pieces. You see this with this red base like this. There's a few bits with like slightly different coloured pieces on, but I'm not entirely convinced that that's what it is. There's too many multicoloured pieces in here, so there are some with this one colour and another, but yeah, I'm not convinced. I don't know who it's by. It's very stylish, but I have no idea. There's bits of trinket sets in here, all sorts of different things. I'm not going to hunt them down. This one here though, that looks like Stuzzle. With this little thing to go with it. So I'm going to try and hunt that down to see, did they make that into a trinket set, this Stuzzle pattern with the ribs on. I'm going to show you sometimes the little trips I go on when I'm searching for things. So I started on the glass trinket sets. I thought, is there a Stuzzle glass trinket set in here? And the answer is no. There's an entry for Stuzzle, no trinket set. I thought, okay, go to 20th Century Glass. There is a bowl there of that pattern. There's no number for the pattern. There's a book that I don't have, that I've looked for, but I don't have it. Yep, so this is the only item in this pattern they've got here. I went to check Glassworks, and or check Glass Guide, I should say. This is the entry for Stuzzle glass. There isn't a lot here. Got this comport looks to be in the same pattern. Maybe this plate. While I was doing my little search, I found this. Dun, dun, dun. The Stowell's glass group, and this tableware, and then you find Stuzzle is still going today, and they're still making tableware. yeah, how cool is that? I didn't know. They're still going today. If you look on here, if you look on this website, oh, we're going to go back to group. Show somewhere there's someone making, I saw somewhere in all of this, someone's making glasses. They're making all sorts of stuff, bottles, etc. Yeah, there you go. So that looks very like a glass factory in the background there. That does. Yeah, they're looking for employees. So yeah, yeah. So Stuzzle is still going today. How good is that? Now this looks like a complete trinket set. I don't know if there should be 2 candles or not. I have seen this before, but maybe with not so many parts. I'm going to look this one up because look how distinctive that is. That's really going to be easy to find. They don't know who it's by, so I can try and find that out. And it's for £18, which, seeing as you've got 6 parts, that's £3 a bit. So straight to the glass trinket sets website and start ploughing through the. Always start at Bagley because it's B, and it kind of looked English to me. And yeah, here it is, the distinctive little wings on the candles. Yeah, so there is 2 candlesticks, and it's 1939 to 1975. I doubt they would have been making this during the war. I reckon they would have been seconded to make other stuff rather than trinket sets. So it's probably post-war it was made, although it is a pre-war design. And yeah, and you've got the colours here: pink, blue, green, amber, uranium green, also found in part frosted colours and parts. And they've got a few of the different examples here. There's a part frosted one, and then you've got your pink. Is that, what colour is that then? Is that clear? So that, I think that must be clear. Anyway, so there you go. It's the little winged candles are quite distinctive, and yeah, I can't say much more than that, apart from that there is 1 candlestick missing. Baskets of stoppers. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I recognise that's Stuart crystal on there. Nope. This one here looks might be interesting. Oh, yeah, £4. This one here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have that one. How much is it? £4. Let's go down a layer. Oh, I can see one straight away. There's another one of those, but slightly different. And it's £4. It's a bit damaged. What else? Oh. Yep. £4. And oh yes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a noser. Yeah, because the seal is completely broken on that one. Nope. Nope. No, I've got too many like that. So am I going to have these ones? I think maybe not. I think I'm going to. Am I going to have that one? Yes. And I'm going to. Yeah, no, I'm not going to have that one either. Yeah, don't ask me how I'm reasoning this out. I'm going to have these two here. This is going to make making the rest of the film difficult. What am I going to do now? Yeah, I don't recognise these. They're quite cute. They look like something Bagley would do, but yeah. So these are the two I bought in the end. This one is most likely off a heavily panelled Nelson or Royal type of decanter. Yeah, so it'd be from the 1830s or 40s. It's quite a chunky piece. A lot of them have issues with the corners, and this one doesn't. It does have a chip at the bottom, but I'm not too fussed about that. It's a decent shape, as the pegs are decent size as well, but not too big. So yeah, I quite like that one. And then this is off a bludgeon decanter, specific type. This will be from 1845 to 65. I think what I might do, rather than get a book out, is I'll use my website, because I've got decanters that are like this, and I'll show you what's on my website. This is my own website, lovedecanters.co.uk. This is it, Nelson type cylindrical decanter, broad flute body cutting. So yeah, and I've said 1830 to 40. I've put a whole pile of book references, like 5 book references for that. So I hope you believe me. And yeah, if I go here, you can see this is the stopper, just like the one we were looking at. And you can see when it's this type of decanter, some of the, if it's a royal one, it's got 3 rings here, but they always have these panel cut bodies, and then they would have a panel cut stopper like this. So that is the kind of decanter it is from. Okay, if I go back now, scroll back to the beginning, out of the cylinder decanters there, that's section, go to Victorian, scroll down, scroll, not that one, here we go, there's one here. And then, oh hang on, 840s, 60s, I've got a couple of Andy McConnell references there. So, and there you go. So this is the kind of stopper we're looking at, and you can see this one is actually rough fitted here. So there we go. Those are the 2 types of decanter those stoppers are from. It's called a bludgeon. Look how heavy, how much glasses are in the bottom. This is after tax by weight on glasses taken off, so they could just stack weight into the bottom of glasses. So there you go. Yeah, this is Whitefriars, but look at the top. If I was my own glass repairer, I would have that and just the top. Nobody would know. You just need to take a couple of mils off. Yeah, ham bone. We're looking at the whitefriarsglass.wixsite.com website. This is the 1964 catalogue. And this is the little vase we were looking at, with the 8 inches tall, which is about the height we were looking at. Had a few little tiny chips on the top. So yeah, so here it is. It's a 9571. And yes, it was quite cheap. If you had a means of polishing it off yourself, that was quite cheap. I'll put my stoppers down here. Anything else here? No. That doesn't look interesting. This is interesting. Oh, let's get here. Oh, look at that. I've never seen that pattern before. It's got like flowers and stars and else is in there? £8. That's quite, and it's quite tightly made, well pressed. Look at that. Try and look that one up. That's quite a good looking one. So I started using D. Dottie's Carnival glass website, and or David Dottie, but it's ddottie.com is the website. And yeah, he's got 200 bowls here, so you can just scroll down. I know what I'm looking for now because I've done this scroll already. I'll go quite quickly, and it's called Hattie. So that is the bowl that we're looking at. It's here. The bad news is there's no date here, but this is the pattern. So what do? I go to the other website, Carnival Glass. Now if you know what you're looking for, this is a better site, and they give you a date which is circa 1915 plus. So yeah, and a price, because these guys are selling stuff. They're saying it's $145 in the, but this is in the US where this stuff is heavily made by Imperial, and yeah, it's quite nicely done bowl. And as the one I was looking at, the pattern seemed quite tight, so yeah, that's why I kind of like zoomed in on it. But anyway, there you go. I managed to track that down. I found a way of finding Carnival glass after failing for like a year or so. Yeah, I'm getting better at this, and I'm going to stick to looking at the bits that look nice and tight and well made, and not the sort of like soft, less well made stuff, and we'll see what we can find. So there you have it. Yes, I did buy something. I didn't spend a lot of money. And we found a new, well, not a new manufacturer, a manufacturer that I was aware of, but I didn't know that they were still running. And I've had a look at their stuff. It's not anything too exciting, but at least they're still making glass, so it's a thing. Anyway, so all the references I used will be in the description below. Also the address and contact information for Vintage Retreat will be in the description below. And yeah, I will be doing more videos, and please remember to keep watching and liking and subscribing, because it helps this channel. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and good night.